Hello there, fellow NPCs. I am Scythe, and today we're starting the final route of Everlasting Summer. Yeah, like I said, this is the final route, and that is because there is a secret ending. A double secret ending, actually. So yeah, let's do this one more time, and then we're going to finish the entire series off with the solo pioneer story, or whatever it's called, where we get to do become Shurik, electronic, I believe, to date Senya. I think that's what it was, I don't remember. But now, let's get these secret endings. And this is why I needed to play the game 100% as well. So with that said, let's go. So the first thing we need to do in order to get this secret ending is to say, yes, I will come with you. I don't remember exactly what she said. Let's check that actually. But if we cannot die, is there a point in living? I should ask the girl. She's local. She should know. Yes, exactly. I should ask her about the owl, for example. One strange bird it is. Though it doesn't matter. Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer. It's the only way, otherwise the dream will never end, and I will never wake up. Yes, I will come with you. So yeah, we will be checking this one. I don't remember we've done it before, but now we're doing it. Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? And why does so much in my life depend on this answer? Or maybe it doesn't. It's just a dream after all. Just a dream. Now, I will be seeing you guys at the next important stop. And we are back here. We have just been eating a late midnight snack with Slavia, and she got back to her cabin and she forgot her keys. So, should I take the keys? No. We leave the keys. If we take the keys, we're getting back into the Miku path, but no, we're leaving the keys. On the other hand, why would I need them? The night, though dark, wasn't silent at all. One could hear chirping crickets, the song of the night birds, and rustling trees from everywhere. And I'll be seeing you guys at the next one. And we're back. It's been a couple of days already here, and I think it's day 3 right now. And we have been avoiding all the girls jumping back and forth to make sure we don't end up on any of their paths. So that means that we are all alone here during the dance party. So yeah, let's kick it from here. Slavia went back to the dance floor. I sat a little longer, then cautiously slipped away after making sure nobody noticed me. I totally didn't want to see anyone after such successful dancing. The most quiet place here is the bus station, which might never be visited by the 410 route again. But I let out a scream. There was a bus right in front of me. Just like the one on the first day. I was petrified. I did not remember this happening. What? Why? At once I remembered all my theories about getting to this camp. I was struck by the realization that during these last few days I had gotten so used to the local life that I had started to forget that the things happening here was really not normal. I just stood there and watched the damned Icarus. Then I slapped my hands to my cheeks to be sure it was not an illusion. The bus was still there. If it's here, then it's time to go home. Sayonara, pioneers! I rushed through the door. What? I came to my senses on the ground. My nose hurt like hell. I stood up and tried to understand what's going on. It seemed like I bumped into something. The bus was more than real to the touch. I tried to reach my hand out through the door. But there was some kind of invisible wall. I was overwhelmed by a nearly animalistic fear. Fear of everything. The camp, its inhabitants, and this bus. How the hell did I even get here? What is this damned Icarus I can't enter? Why is this happening to me? Suddenly a strong, unbalanced wind blew. I turned around and saw a little piece of paper under the wheel of the bus. Right. Oh shit! When we were doing the Semyon run, we did write a piece of paper and leave it here. Something was written on it. You are here for a reason. And okay, I have goosebumps. You are here for a reason. The bad handwriting seemed familiar. I certainly have seen it somewhere. It dawned upon me. I took a small charcoal from the ground and scribbled the same sentence on the backside. The handwriting was identical. My head cleared. I have sent a message to myself from the future. That's it. That's it. I have sent a message to myself from the future. That's it. Or not. From the past. Damn, I don't understand anything. In any case, that was my handwriting. I certainly was not hard to forge it. It certainly wasn't hard to forge it, but I was sure that I had written that message myself. After turning that piece of paper over in my hands, I decided to try entering the bus one more time. Now it worked. The invisible wall was still there. I circled all around the Icarus, tapped at the wheels, peeked inside through the window. Everything looked absolutely normal, but in reality, it wasn't. Heavy stones just bounced off the glass without visible damage. No effect, not even a scratch. I sat down on the curb and sighed weakly. If you think about it, that piece of paper hinted at something. And it seems that this situation won't do me any harm. Semyon. Seems like the leader is looking for me. Interesting. Interesting. What will she say about the bus now? Will she still insist that it won't be coming for a few days? I jumped up and ran towards the sound of Olga Dmitrievna's voice. So, what do you say about that? I blurted out triumphantly and waved my hands towards the road. Say about what? She replied in surprise. I turned around. The bus had disappeared. As suddenly as it appeared, the cry of triumph died in my throat. It is time to sleep already. Let's go. But... What? What? The bus! There was a bus just a moment ago! The bus couldn't be here, she said calmly. I stared at Olga Dmitrievna's face. She was either skillfully lying or really didn't see anything. Then is it me who might be seeing things? It can't be true. I really saw the damn 410. Quit lying, I said quietly. Oh, okay. Semyon, I don't understand. Stop lying to me. There was a bus. It's you. You're keeping me here. Why? I gritted my teeth but tried to speak with a calm voice. You're scaring me. Time to go to bed. I won't get anything from her as usual. Seriously though, I really wanted to sleep. I walked swiftly past the leader, deliberately not paying any attention to her. I couldn't fall asleep for quite some time, and only the crumpled piece of paper with the words, "You're here for a reason," reminded me that the events of these 3 days were real. Yeah, that is weird. Day 4. A hellish cracking in my head woke me up. My skull felt like somebody was blowing on it from the inside. I rubbed my eyes, saw the ringing alarm clock on the bedside table, knocked it off and dozed off again. I can't skip past this, so this is supposed to be new stuff. When I woke up, it was already 9:15. Looks like it's time to wake up. I can't miss my breakfast. I got up, scratched myself, and suddenly remembered last evening. There was a piece of paper under the pillow. You are here for a reason. I still don't get it. What does it mean? How did I manage to send that message to myself? Why don't I remember that? More questions than answers. No answers at all, to be precise. I left the cabin and looked over the camp. No, it doesn't look like an illusion. But this memo made everything much more complicated. What can I trust? My stomach growled treacherously. Even Agent Mulder didn't conduct investigations hungry. There was an unexpected crowd near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen. But why the hell are they crowding on the porch? Oh, this is about Scythe being missing. So let's see if I can skip past this. Nope, cannot. I came closer to understand what was going on. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. There were all the familiar girls, Olga Dmitrievna and Electronic. They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Ah, Semyon. Have you seen Scythe today? Nope. What's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappeared on pioneers. Well, that's something new. But he was with you yesterday. She was talking to Electronic. Yeah, we saw this. Why can't I skip that? Yeah, now I can. And we're back. As I mentioned, we are looking for Scythe. We gave up on that and started doing our own thing. And now we are in charge of the infirmary. That's what it's called. And we suddenly find an apple just lying here. Who is giving this apple to us? Because it isn't there originally. But whatever, it's an apple and I'm hungry, so let's eat the apple. Finally, hunger prevailed, and I started chewing on the ripe green apple with gusto. Its taste seemed normal, though I don't think that even the strongest poison can be tasted. Yeah, that's a lot of poisons that can be tasted, I believe. But it's too late to think about that. It was time to go for dinner. Along the way I ran into Electronic. And I think we can skip this part, so I'll see you soon. And we are back, and just the terrorist attack just happened, and just like when we were doing the Mykopath, we have to go here alone in order to find what's going on. So yeah, let's do that. Am I going there alone? Olga Dmitrievna looked thoughtful. Perhaps you're right. We'll go there and we'll go together tomorrow morning. And I think we can skip some of this. I'll see you soon. Around the next turn, the flashlight beam illuminated a big shadow. And I believe... Oh, a big shadow! Whoopsie! I believe this is where we are supposed to meet Miku, or wake up on the bus again, I mean, if we're on the Mykopath. So yeah, let's continue from here. But yeah, we illuminated a big shadow. That sounds bad. Are we gonna fall asleep again, though? I was trembling with fear and couldn't move even one step further. I was woken from my stupor only by the thought that it could be Scythe. Scythe! No answer. Oh, here she is! Was not expecting to see her already. Also, a panty shot is not necessary, but there it is. Around the corner, the shadow disappeared. I saw a blurry human shape. Someone sitting on a stone. Or maybe something. I stopped dead. What are you doing here? I heard a lovely voice. Catching mice? I opened my mouth, but couldn't say anything. Did you see any here? No, but I'm sure there are plenty of them. I shined the flashlight at her face. Either something was wrong with her head, or with her biological species. Because of her ears and tail, she doesn't really look like a human. And how many have you caught? Not a single one. She answered seriously. She didn't look hostile. Subconsciously I felt that I shouldn't be afraid of her, but at the same time I had absolutely no idea what to ask her. How to ask her, who she is, or what she's doing. Well, you already asked what she's doing, so we can check that one off. But on the other hand, normally if you suddenly meet someone in a deserted mine, you'd have a heart attack from shock. And the girl in front of me was definitely not a pioneer from the camp. And who are you? You're probably looking for him. For who? That boy. Well, yes. I answered after a small pause. But still, the girl interrupted me. He has been walking around here for a long time. I tried talking to him, but he didn't hear me. And where is he now? I don't know. Maybe he's still wandering somewhere. It seems she wasn't interested in this conversation at all. And you, how did you get here? The same way you did, from the surface. Without a flashlight? Why not? She gave me a perplexed look. I completely lost all comprehension. The flashlight flickered. Terrified, I started banging it with my fist. When the light lit back up, the girl wasn't there. I don't know who or what she is, but it seemed like she couldn't help me. But it seemed like she could help me find the answers. It's the strangest thing, but I wasn't scared of her. I just felt that this girl wouldn't do me any harm. But now I must find Scythe. I have a feeling that this is not the last time I will meet this girl. I don't know why, but I'm sure of it. Around one last turn, a door appeared from the darkness. Okay, so when you go alone it's easier to find stuff. Interesting. Because the actual labyrinth doesn't really do anything for the rest of the gameplay. I opened it and went inside a small room. Nobody was here except Scythe, who sat in the corner. Scythe! He stared at me with his eyes full of terror. Ah, don't come near me! Scythe, it's me, Semyon! I won't give up so easily. He grabbed a piece of reinforced bar from behind his back and started waving it around. Scythe, what's wrong with you? Calm down! First you bring me here, and then you take me through this mine, and now you're pretending to be Semyon. He's more coherent this time around. He must have gone completely nuts. Scythe, calm down. Nobody's pretending to be me. I really am me. I tried to talk as calm as I could, but I was almost feeling more nervous than him. Semyon? He squinted. Is that really you? Yes. And now tell me what happened. How did you get here? Scythe recovered his breath and started to talk. I needed some parts for the robot. And I heard that there's a bomb shelter in the old camp. Let's see if we can skip this, because I recognize this as well. No, we cannot. And there could be some instruments there. So he got up in the morning and went. He stopped for a minute, trying to deal with the trembling of his hands. I found suitable parts, but then I read the primal fear in his eyes. The voices, they told me to go here. I went down the mine. Then they were telling me to go to the right, then left, then right, then left, then right, then left. He started to laugh hysterically. But now they won't get me. I'll stay sitting here. They won't find me here. He once again started to wave his pipe in the air. Scythe, there's no one here. I wasted quite a lot of time walking in the mine like you, but didn't hear any voices. He fixed his eyes on me. Then you're with them. Ah! Scythe rushed towards me. I was just barely able to dodge him. But the flashlight wasn't as lucky, and took the full force of Scythe's blow. We found ourselves in a complete darkness. Now it's my turn to lose my mind. What have you done, you idiot? I lashed out with my hand in the direction where I expected Scythe to be, but to no avail. Now we will both die here. I got nothing but silence in return, and then a quite hysterical laugh. It's alright, that's fine. I know where the exit is. Follow me. Follow you where? I can't see a damn thing. Follow my voice. I had no other choice. Here. Shurik's voice was heard from somewhere further on. How do you know where to go? I walked all over here. Then why didn't you leave? The voices. Quiet. They can hear us. In theory, I could believe that there are some supernatural forces here. Yeah, like a girl with cat ears and tail. In a Soviet camp, that'd be just a daily occurrence. But there was no reason to panic yet. Though my hands were shaking non-stop. Here. I slowly followed his voice and eventually lost track of time. We could have been roaming for a few minutes or a few hours. Finally, a dim light appeared in the distance. We're here. We reached the wall. The way towards freedom was blocked by a lattice on the ceiling. I pulled myself up and recognized the square from the bits of landscape I could see. Lift me up. Shurik obediently followed my request. I started hitting the grate with my fist so hard that in just a few strikes, my arms were all covered in blood. Whoa! But in return, the grating gave way and pushed open. A minute later, we were here out on the surface behind the monument of Genda. When I saw this grating before, I had no idea that there could be catacombs below it. They will come for you. I fell to the ground, exhausted. Who? They will come, said Shurik again and ran away. I was so exhausted that I could not even be bothered thinking about some voices or recalling the forsaken camp, the bomb shelter, or the mine. Almost unconscious, I reached the camp leader's cabin. Let's see if we can skip this. No, we cannot. But I couldn't go to bed right away. Well, look who's here. Olga Dmitrievna. I started tiredly, attempting to cut the explanation to a minimum. You said you were going for a walk, but instead... And I was going to go and call the police. And... Olga Dmitrievna, can I wait until tomorrow? I'm really, really tired. The camp leader eyed me all over. Okay, fine. I was a bit surprised that she agreed so fast, but I decided not to waste this opportunity and quickly turned the light off and darted under the covers. With your arms still bleeding? Really? And then that girl from the mine appeared just before my eyes. I saw her so clearly it was as if she was really in front of my bed. That's scary. No, I'm just seeing things. But still, why didn't I get scared back then? I just went and spoke to her normally, just like that. All the answers are here. That cat-eared girl knows something for sure. Maybe I was just too exhausted because of the old camp, mine, and labyrinth, and my nerves were stretched to breaking. I should have asked her about something, but I still have time. Day 5. Interesting. Are we entering the secret path here? Yes, we are! The secret ending. That is 2-split. It's interesting how seemingly simple events can affect a person. For example, there are such a widespread occurrences of OCD among children where when you walk on the road you have to step on the tiles precisely, avoiding the cracks. Isn't that something all kids do though? It seems like nothing special, but if one doesn't get rid of it in time, just forgetting or forcing oneself to step over the tiles, it could become a really big problem in the future. For instance, one will only stare down and will get hit by a car. I never had anything like OCD, but minor events in my life often led to major troubles. Really, what's wrong with meeting a strange girl with cat ears in a pioneer's camp on the edge of time and space, or possibly even between the worlds? Doesn't seem like a big deal. How the hell does that connect with OCD? Although, perhaps I just got used to thinking that nothing really existed for me before this week. There was only this camp and this life. That's why something like a cat girl was just par for the course in this wonderland. She's just another character in this play, neither better nor worse than any other. But somewhere deep in my soul, I knew that wasn't so. All the camp inhabitants seemed normal, sometimes even too normal, with absolutely nothing remarkable about them. Jeez. You could even say that my life here was simply boring. And now... My head was about to burst with thought, so I opened my eyes and jumped out of bed. The camp leader's cabin was the same as usual. Outside the window, a bird monotonously cheeped. Cheeped? Trying to burst the capillaries in my eyes with her singing. The clock showed 11 a.m. Why didn't Olga Dmitrievna wake me up? Though, who cares? I slept enough at least. However, it didn't feel like I had fully recovered. The whole world was seemingly laughing at me. The lightly blowing breeze, the gently whispering to the crowns of the trees, and this nasty bird that had brought some fellows with her, obviously trying to ruin my mental stability. The water from the washstands was ice cold as usual. While washing my face, I realized that I forgot my toothbrush, tooth powder, and a towel in the cabin. Strange I didn't forget my head. I couldn't imagine a worse start to the day. At the moment, I thought this was the worst day of all that I have spent in this camp. Although, there weren't a lot of choices. Little more than 100 hours, not enough time to get a full image of a new home. Home. These words struck my mind painfully. Do I have to stay here forever? But why? How? What for? I helplessly sat on the grass and buried my face in my hands. Suddenly I remember that girl. I wonder how many more fantastic characters I will meet here. A wonderful day, isn't it? I couldn't even be bothered to raise my head. And yeah, that's the thing. I believe this random pioneer that has been showing up, like giving us the apple and taking our tooth powder, eating flour, stuff like that, is the cat girl. Yeah, couldn't be any better, I answered, keeping the same pose. Why so sarcastic? Sarcastic? I was surprised and looked up, but there was nobody nearby. Is it my imagination? No, I heard that for sure. Maybe I'm losing my mind. That underground mine, Shurik, voices, the cat girl, more voices. Is there anything here I can be sure about? I punched the washstand painfully hard and immediately jumped up, holding my hand and cursing. Damn it! She just shows up, huh? Suddenly somebody walked out of the bushes in front of me. Or something. Hi! It was the girl from yesterday. Hi! I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to expect from her. She's probably a hellbeast and came here to end my life. That is, of course, only if it hasn't already. That cat girl stared at me. It hurts? She looked at my hand. Yes, I answered timidly. Then why? Why what? Why did you punch it? 'Cause I was angry. I was completely unsure how I should talk to her. Perhaps one wrong word, phrase or gesture could be fatal for me. Angry at who? But the girl wasn't showing any signs of aggression. It seemed that she was just wondering what is happening. At myself. I see. She smiled faintly. Listen, I don't know how I should put it, but I must ask. I kept silent for a moment, gathering myself. Who are you? The girl looked at me blankly. I am me, of course, she said confidently. No doubt about that, but how should I say it? You just don't meet a human with cat ears and a tail every day, you know? The cat girl carefully examined the aforementioned parts of the body and asked, why? I was totally confused. If in the first few minutes I thought it was necessary to be afraid, to be very careful, now she seems more like a good spirit being than a hostile monster. Because in my world, I was absolutely convinced that I shouldn't hide anything from her. In my world, This only happens in fairy tales. What is a fairy tale? Well, it's a story which cannot happen in reality. So I don't really exist? The girl laughed. I'm not even sure that I exist. But I can touch you, so you exist. Just thinking about the fact that she will touch me, I felt uncomfortable. Well, let's say I exist, yes. I stepped back. Goody goody. The girl smiled and waved her tail. There was an awkward silence. All the time I spent in this camp, I lived as if in a dream. Sometimes when you sleep, you realize that everything that happens in your brain is just a figment of your imagination, and you need just a wish. I thought so for the last 5 days. This thought constantly existed somewhere deep in my soul. However, it seems that everything is happening in reality. At least I couldn't just wake up. I just want to understand. What? The girl was still smiling. How I got here. And how to get out of here. Suddenly I heard voices by the roadside, so I turned around. Slavia and Senya were slowly approaching the washstands. And you... But the girl had disappeared. Did you see it? Like I just needed someone to confirm the existence of this creature. Then I can convince myself that I'm not going crazy. What an irony. To go mad while in the land of Oz. Though just arriving here is already a ticket to the loony bin. And even if I wake up right now, I still wouldn't be sure that it was all a dream. See what? The girls looked at me blankly. Anyone beside me? I could hardly speak. So an illusion, huh? So, I'm actually... You should get your head examined, seriously. Senya snorted and passed by. Slavia smiled apologetically and I hurried after her. So it's all that simple. I wanted just one thing now, for someone in this nightmare to believe that I'm still sane. This whole camp and its pioneers did not seem as real as yesterday. In the end, less than a week ago, I lived a completely normal life of an ordinary man of his time, and now... Maybe everything that happened made me think that it's all going the way it should. That it's normal, just to be, to exist here. And now the last leftovers of my common sense desperately clung to this cat-like girl with the ears, trying to prove to the locals that I'm not crazy. See? You don't exist. You. It's me in your tale, not you in mine. My head was about to explode. If not for the signal for dinner, perhaps I would have run to the library, searching the medical books with the lobotomy instructions. The canteen was crowded as usual. But that will be the end of today's episode. There's quite a bit left on this epilogue, just like with Meek, which was 4 episodes I believe, just the epilogue. I don't know how many more episodes there will be of this, but that is it. We have met the spirit of Sovyanok, or whatever this thing is. So, that's where we're headed, I guess. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you Joseph for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. If you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye everyone.